So Tina Masle, yeah, thank you for joining us. It's a great pleasure having you here.
Thank
I
you
just
for
have a few questions, short questions. Obviously, you've been very, very successful in sports, but what does sport mean to you personally?
sport for me is a lifestyle I had since I was a kid. I loved sport. Each sport I was playing volleyball, I was skiing, I loved soccer when we were training to be ready for the winter. So I really developed all of my skills, which are really important in skiing actually, because skiing you need to have all the things that are necessary to be successful, like power, speed, patience. It's not a one-way sport. I would say it's really all around sport. You have to have skills. So it's kind of lifestyle for me, sport. So I still do a lot of sport, and I like to live as a sport woman.
Except hitting things now, yeah?
That's true. Hitting things, it really gets into my mind. I noticed that this year. I didn't felt it before because it's kind of your everyday. You go up on the hill, you push yourself out of the start gate, and then the gates are coming into you. Of course, you have protection. You have helmet. You have the protection here, your legs are protected, but still on the long term, if you hit something, and the gates are also flexible, it's not that it's there, but still it's like you hit something, and that's really, I noticed that this season when I didn't have gates, how liberating that is, and how was that getting into my body, and how tired I was from that. Doing all events every day, training to it's lot of work.
I believe. What do you think are the biggest or the most important values that we can learn from sport?
I think sport gives you reality. It's not like anything else where you don't have reality right away. But in sport, if you're not 100%, you really know where you are. You really know what you're capable of or of what you're not capable of. So it gives you reflect right away, gives you a mirror. You cannot fake, you cannot find excuses, you cannot find anything else, and that's really hard to face. But on the other hand, it's really good because you can learn from that, improve, and of course it's a healthy lifestyle. You are out in the nature, you can be with yourself. When you do sport, you don't think about anything else. You can be in the moment, and you feel the moment, and you enjoy your breathing, you enjoy yourself. I believe only that way you can be successful in sport. That's what I was talking also before, and it's great. It's just great. It takes a lot of work, a lot of effort, a lot of people working with you, but it gives you a lot of satisfaction, and it learns you a lot how to live.
Thanks. And this forum today, this summit for ethics in sports, what were your expectations that you came into, and how are you experiencing the day so far?
It's really interesting how all the people that were here find themselves in the same situations, the same problems. Some people can express themselves better, some people are staying on the surface, they don't go deep. But as I'm really deep person, I feel I like to go deep because you feel the pain or you feel the success on the same frequency or the same power. So I think it's really important to be part of this kind of forums because you can share your experience, people get to know the champions, people get to know the mental coaches, people get to know the science, and you can put the puzzle together somehow. But those who work in sport, they know the puzzle anyway. So it's more or less details that you can share here, and you can find some interesting things that might be helpful for somebody else.
Mm-hmm. Thanks. You've been talking about that sometimes there are conflicting interests between individual athletes and then federations on the other side. What do you think nowadays? What are the most critical challenges in sports governance?
I have only my experience. I don't know other sports that well, so I wouldn't talk about it. My experience was that during when I was training under the federation, I got the coaches that were there, and I had to work with them. I didn't pick them. So later on, when we decided to create this private team, I choose the people that I fit with, that I find energy, and from that on you can build. It's really hard when with some person you don't find the energy, or then you can try and try and try. You can do many things, but if the first feeling is not the right one, it's really hard to work. So when that somehow blocked me, I went my way, and we organized by ourselves and everything. We had everybody against us. They said, if you're not successful, you're done with us. You cannot be with us here. You cannot do that. You cannot do this. You cannot. So everything was no. And it really hurt me because I knew my potential, and if you have your own federation against you, it's not easy. So that's why I really wanted to show that I'm right, and then I started to work and become even more responsible on what we are doing and how much money we are spending, and I thought of everything. So more responsibility, more idea what's all behind of one success of the athlete. Because once you are in federation, it's everything more or less taken care of. You don't have to think as an athlete. But when you have to do it your way, I was thinking about many things. So I believe skiing is individual sports, and when you come on that kind of professional level, you need individual approach, professional team behind you. Until you achieve that level, you can work in the team if it's good organized, of course. But once you are, how do you say, 40 classe out of when you step out of the majority, then you need different coverage. So I believe that's really hard to do in one federation, and because you need to change a little bit the system for that athlete, and then the others are complaining, and it's really hard to find the balance and to find the right energy that works out.
Thank you. So in your last words on the panel, you were giving some advice to young people. Like, what role do young people play for you, and what do you want to give to young people in terms of ethics and leadership out of your own experience? I said the thing that sometimes, because we were talking, you have to face the problem, and if you don't face it, if you look in that moment of anger, if you make yourself busy with the phone and you don't feel the anger, someday you will face that anger and you will not know what that means. So it's better to be in the real time and feel that in the reality and face the problem in the real time. Maybe even looking somebody into the eyes, it might be a problem for young generations. So, but the sport, you have to look in the eye, that one who you are facing, and you have to face him. So I don't know how the things will work if the younger generation will just do their job and don't look anybody into the face. We are losing something here. So
I was just trying to say that in the sport, if you want to grow, if you want to improve, you need to face the stress. It's more stress you are ready to face, the stronger you will be. So there are many things that young generation don't want to face, that they find these excuses or the shortcuts, or the lifestyle is so fast that they don't have even time to face the problem. So maybe letting more time to face the problem would be a solution. I don't know, that's just my brainstorming now.